If you've been a Dragon Ball fan for as long as I have, you can recall a time in your life where for years you would rush home from school to watch the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z, captivated by the adventures of Goku and the Z Fighters as they fought against the likes of Freeza, the androids and Majin Buu. But like with all things, it came to an end as you watched the final episode of GT where Goku waved you goodbye and Dragon Ball was destined to become just a nostalgic memory. But then in 2013, an entirely new Dragon Ball film, helmed by Akira Toriyama, released as Battle of Gods hit theaters, introducing brand new concepts into the Dragon Ball universe, such as Super Saiyan God and the God of Destruction. This was followed up by Toriyama himself drawing a prequel manga to Dragon Ball, then another film in 2015 where Goku got a rematch against Dragon Ball's most iconic villain Freeza, and in that very same year, a new age of Dragon Ball officially began in the form of Dragon Ball Super, a brand new anime and manga series, introducing tournaments for fighters from other universes, the best Dragon Ball antagonists we've had in years, and of course, the now legendary Ultra Instinct. Then the unthinkable happened as Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, was made canon, bringing with him the best animation Dragon Ball has ever had, and the manga is still ongoing to this day, introducing new antagonists and new transformations, and us Dragon Ball fans have another new movie to look forward to as Dragon Ball Super Superhero is set to release in 2022. But this begs the question, why? Why has Dragon Ball resurrected in such an explosive way? What made Akira Toriyama come back and lead Dragon Ball into a new age? Did he wake up one day and just feel like it? Did he owe some money to the Yakuza? Well, you saw the thumbnail and read the title for this video, and no, I am not joking. As Dragon Ball fans, we all need to thank the live-action adaptation that dug up our precious childhood memories and violated them. We all need to thank Dragon Ball Evolution. If you're not convinced, then stick around, because the story behind Dragon Ball's resurrection is all about Toriyama's feelings towards his creation, and this video is going to tell it, detailing a Dragon Ball series he refused to create, how he tried in vain to salvage Dragon Ball Evolution, and how that led him to take charge of Battle of Gods development, which, let's just say for now, would have been a very different film without him. Let's get into it.
You're locked into The Cage. Part 1. Dragon Ball's Devolution.
Our story begins with the first attempt at a Dragon Ball revival, with the origins of Dragon Ball Kai, as it was revealed in an interview with Toriyama's former editor, Kazuhiko Torishima, that the initial plan for the series was not for it to be a streamlined remaster of the original Dragon Ball Z, but instead for Toriyama to write a brand new Dragon Ball series in order to boost merchandising sales. So when given the chance to resurrect his iconic franchise, which had laid dormant for roughly 10 years at this point, Toriyama said no. And so Toei were left with no choice but to gather up Dragon Ball Z footage and remaster that as Dragon Ball Kai. That may sound a bit cold on Toriyama's part, but you have to understand that during Dragon Ball's original run, he put his body through hell working on it tirelessly. At one point, he only slept for 20 minutes over the span of 6 days. This is not to mention the extra work he had to do to help Toei with the Dragon Ball anime, such as designing characters for movies and filler episodes, along with providing extra information about the Dragon Ball world. Toriyama did all of this for over 10 years, so it comes as no surprise that after years of freedom to pursue other projects without working ungodly hours, Toriyama felt he had finally put Dragon Ball behind him. But it was around this time that Toriyama's feelings of being done with the franchise would be put to the test, as Dragon Ball Evolution began filming in 2007, his creation adapted into live action whether he liked it or not. Spoiler alert, he didn't like it. I don't think I need to go into much detail here when I say Dragon Ball Evolution was a god-awful movie, massacring its beloved source material in order to make a subpar action fantasy flick where our lovable martial artist Son Goku was transformed into a Peter Parker clone, complete with having to deal with high school bullies and crushing on Chi-Chi when it was the other way around in the manga. It failed critically and commercially, with both fans and critics hating it. This destroyed any chance of the planned sequels ever getting made. That's right, somehow Fox thought that this embarrassment would do well enough to become a franchise in of itself. What did Toriyama have to say about this travesty? Well, initially, he tried to be as polite as possible, and in the film's theatrical program, he made the following comment reading, "As the creator, as far as the scenario and characterization are concerned, I get a feeling of, what? But the director, everyone in the cast, and the crew on set are ultra high caliber. Maybe it's correct for both me and all the fans to appreciate this is a new Dragon Ball in a separate dimension." I mean, of course he's not going to say what he really feels in the theatrical program. That's what the later interviews are for, because around the release of Battle of Gods and beyond, every time Dragon Ball Evolution has been brought up, Toriyama has rightfully dumped all over it, saying, "That live action film ticked me off," and "a certain country's live action movie which was really no good." And it wasn't just small comments like this. Toriyama has gone into detail explaining how he tried to steer the ship away from disaster. The Hollywood movie, the live action Dragon Ball, the script had too little of a grasp on the world and its characteristics, and on top of that, it had a conventional content that I couldn't find interesting, so I cautioned them and suggested changes, but in spite of that, they seemed to have a strange confidence and didn't really listen to me. What came out in the end was a movie I couldn't really call a Dragon Ball that lived up to my expectations. Every time I read this, I get angry for Toriyama. These Hollywood executive morons were receiving feedback from the man who created the source material they were basing the movie off of, and they ignored him and went on to stubbornly produce a flop. This leads us to 2011, when again Kazuhiko Torishima let Toriyama know that a new Dragon Ball film was in the works and lets him read the script. Upon doing so, Toriyama saw another film brewing, which once again failed to capture the essence of Dragon Ball and felt changes needed to be made. But this time, it wasn't a Hollywood film where he would be ignored. This was a Japan-made anime film where Toriyama had all the influence and clout to make all the changes he felt necessary, and make them he did. Someone gather the Dragon Balls because it sounds like a resurrection is upon us.
Critical Anime Guide Entertainment. Your support is appreciated. Part 2. Toriyama goes even further beyond.
Oh, what's that you're looking at right now? Well, those are my approximations for how Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus may have looked had Toriyama not intervened. You see, Battle of Gods was initially going to be a very different film to the one we got. Although the concept of the Super Saiyan God and the God of Destruction were still present, Goku's transformation was going to be much more muscular, with him wearing a cape, while Beerus was going to have a more lizard-like design, with the power to infect people with darkness, having done so to the Saiyans in the past on planet Vegeta, and was going to do so to the Z Fighters in the present in the events of the movie, as it tackled themes of good and evil and what is a hero. Toriyama didn't necessarily find these ideas bad per se, but found the tone to be a bit dark, and said that since Battle of Gods would be the first movie since Dragon Ball Evolution, he really wanted to show people this is Dragon Ball. And so he ended up rewriting the entire script himself, lightening up the tone, redesigning Super Saiyan God to make it less over the top, and designing Beerus after his pet cat, giving us one of the best designed Dragon Ball characters we've ever had, and changing his backstory and powers. By the way, don't feel too bad for scriptwriter Yusuke Watanabe, as his reaction to Toriyama's changes were, "This is truly Dragon Ball. What was I doing?" Because of course, no one knows the source material quite like the original author. But how did the general public react to Toriyama's vision of a true Dragon Ball film? Well, they loved it, of course, as Battle of Gods was a smash hit critically and commercially. It even impressed Toriyama himself, stating, "I was moved because the presentation exceeded my expectations. While I had expected it probably won't be any good, it was greatly different to a certain country's live-action movie, which was really no good. Just as you'd expect, Japan's animation is superb. Everyone on the staff, you really did a great job." This excitement then led Toriyama to briefly jump back into weekly manga creation with the Dragon Ball prequel story Jacko the Galactic Patrolman, who would then go on to make his movie debut afterwards, as due to the immense success of Battle of Gods, its sequel film Resurrected, written by Akira Toriyama once again, was released in 2015. This film was so successful that an entirely new Dragon Ball series was announced to air in that very same year, and so Dragon Ball Super was born. And Toriyama found his manga apprentice in Toyotaro, and the rest is history. So yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution was so bad that when he had the opportunity to remind the world just what Dragon Ball truly is, Toriyama stepped out of retirement and ushered in a new age of Dragon Ball, his creation resurrected for fans new and old to enjoy. I think I'll summarize this video with a quote from the legend himself. "I had put Dragon Ball behind me, but seeing how much that live action film ticked me off, and how I revised the script for the anime movie and complained about the quality of the TV anime, I suppose somewhere along the line it's become a series I like too much to ever leave alone." You know, in life very few of us will be able to create something that will bring so much joy to so many other people. If you're one of those few, you should protect and cherish it, as that is your legacy. So next year when you're at the cinema about to watch Dragon Ball Super Superhero, remember to thank this guy. He's not Goku, but he saved the Dragon Ball world in his own way. This is your critical anime guide signing out, and stay locked into the cage. You know what? I'm gonna say something genuinely positive about Dragon Ball Evolution. I've always liked the gi. I think it's a very nice live action adaptation of Goku's iconic orange and blue martial arts gi. Yeah, that's it. I just think it looks nice.